Mr. Lester R. Brown, in his thoughtful book, The Global Economic Prospect, points out that the Earth's principal biological systems are four: fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands, and they form the foundation of the global economic system. In addition to supplying our food, these four systems provide virtually all the raw materials for industry except minerals and petroleum derived synthetics. So, according to Lester Brown, the foundation of the global economic system depends upon these four biological systems, that is, fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands. These are the four systems which provide for the economic development of an economic system. In addition to supplying our food, it provides virtually all raw materials except for minerals which are dug out of the earth and petroleum products, petroleum and petroleum derived synthetics. In large areas of the world, human claims on these systems are reaching an unsustainable level, a point where their productivity is being impaired. So, in large areas of the world, in most parts of the world, these systems, fisheries, forests, grasslands, and croplands, they are being overexploited, overused. So they cannot continue at the same level. They are becoming unsustainable, a point where their productivity is being impaired. The productivity is gradually decreasing because of that over exploitation. When this happens, fisheries collapse. When this happens, fisheries collapse, fishes become less, and a man cannot get more of the fish. Forests disappear. This also will put an impact. Rainfall will get affected. Deserts will increase. Grasslands are converted into barren wastelands. The productivity of grass also becomes less, and with the result, the animals will suffer and croplands deteriorate. Now, if on a piece of land there is intensive cultivation, that is, one after the other the crop is grown, the land is not rested, the yield will become less. In a protein conscious and protein hungry world, overfishing is common every day. Now, people are very much aware of their diet, they are protein conscious, they are protein hungry, and because of that, they depend more on fish. In poor countries, local forests are being decimated in order to procure firewood for cooking. Now, in poor countries, forests are decimated means they are cut, they are destroyed to get firewood for cooking, because they burn fire, they use wood as fuel even for cooking. In some places, firewood has become so expensive that what goes under the pot now costs more than what goes inside it. So the author says that in some places the cost of the firewood is so much that it has become so expensive, it goes under the pot. That is, to cook the food, firewood is used. And inside the pot, what you're eating, grains and whatever vegetables or whatever you are cooking, that is cheaper than the fuel which is being used to cook the food. The food is cheaper than the fuel which is being used to cook that food. Since the tropical forest is, in the words of Dr. Myers, the powerhouse of evolution, several species of life face extinction as a result of its destruction. Now, tropical forests houses many species. Many species live in these tropical forests. And when these tropical forests are cut, then many species lose their habitat, and there is a danger of them becoming extinct. So, by cutting the forests, many species also get endangered. It has been well said that forests precede mankind, that is, forests come before mankind, deserts follow. Because of the activities of man, man destroys forests, with the result, land starts getting converted into deserts. That is why he says, forests precede mankind, deserts follow. The world's ancient patrimony of tropical forests is now eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. And the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. So, the a world's ancient inheritance, patrimony is inheritance of tropical forests, is now eroding. It is gradually being destroyed. It is wearing away, eroding at the rate of 40 to 50 million acres a year. Every year, nearly 40 to 50 million acres of tropical forests are being destroyed. And the growing use of dung for burning deprives the soil of an important natural fertilizer. Even dung is being used to burn. Dung is dried and used as a fuel to burn. And because of that, the soil is deprived of a very nice natural fertilizer. The World Bank estimates that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand in the year 2000. So the World Bank, it estimated, it made a approximation guess as to how much forests need to be planted, and it said that a five-fold increase in the rate of forest planting, that is, the amount of forest that is being planted now, that is not sufficient. It is falling short. And how much is needed according to World Bank? Five folds, 5 times more forest planting is needed to cope with the expected fuel wood demand. The demand for fuel wood would have risen to an extent which could be fulfilled only if 5 times more forest planting is done. Only then they will be able to meet the fuel wood demand in the year 2000. James Speth, the president of the World Resources Institute, said the other day, we were saying that we are losing the forests at an acre a second, but it is much closer to an acre and a half in a second. So James Speth, president of World Resources Institute, also observed that we were thinking that we are losing 1 acre of forest in 1 second. Imagine how many acres we are losing in a day. 1 acre of forest is being destroyed in 1 second. But our observation was wrong. It is actually 1.5 acre we are losing in a second. That is half times more. Article 48A of the Constitution of India provides that the state shall endeavor to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. Now, till 48A article was not introduced in the Constitution, was not provided in the Constitution, there were no laws which told that the government had the right to protect forests and wildlife. So, to implement environment protection, Article 48A was introduced in the Constitution of India, which provided that the state shall will try to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard the forests and wildlife of the country. Now it is illegal to kill animals, kill especially endangered animals. But what causes endless anguish is the fact that laws are never respected nor enforced in India. But what is the sad thing here? Everyone knows that laws are neither respected nor enforced in India. For instance, the Constitution says that casteism, untouchability, and bonded labor shall be abolished. Shall be abolished, shall be removed. But they flourish shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. But everyone can see that all these things which have been abolished by the Constitution are still flourishing shamelessly, still being practiced and followed shamelessly even after 44 years of the operation of the Constitution. A recent report of our Parliament's Estimates Committee has highlighted the near catastrophic depletion of India's forests over the last 4 decades. A recent report of a Parliament's Estimates Committee highlighted the near catastrophic depletion. Catastrophic depletion means disastrous exhaustion. At a disastrous level, the report shows that forests have been lost in India. Depletion of India's forests over the last 4 decades. 4 decades means 40 years. India, according to reliable data, is losing its forests at the rate of 3.7 million acres a year. Large areas officially designated as forest land are already virtually treeless. So large areas which are designated, which are shown in the records as forests are actually treeless. There are no trees. So India is losing forests at a greater rate. Whatever the records show, all those records are all fake. The actual loss of forests is estimated to be about 8 times the rate indicated by government statistics. The actual position is, the government says it is 3.7 million acres a year, but it is 8 times less. That means the actual figure is 3.7 multiplied by 8. That is 3.7, 8 times. That much forests are being lost over a year.